Hey, welcome back. Today I have a very intriguing product that was sent to me by one of you all on Instagram. I tried to go through my DMs and find the name of the person who sent me this, but unfortunately I've just been posting really stupid shenanigans stories recently, and you guys like to engage with those heavily. And so I've gotten just an influx of DMs, and I couldn't find the person who sent me this, but you know who you are. She sent me this brand and also the product, and it was just very intriguing to me because it is a multitasking product, and I know we have a bunch of multitasking queens on my channel. So the brand is called Subtle Beauty, and this is essentially the product. It is a stack of portable makeup. So within the stack, I have pretty much everything I need to create a full base. This is not counting, obviously, like brow and mascara, that kind of thing, but we've got a concealer, we have a lip and cheek product, and then we have a bronzer, a highlighter, and a shine control powder. I think it's very obvious why I was very intrigued by this brand and this company. You guys know that I am very into multi-purpose products that can be used for many different things, products that are travel friendly, just things that make life easier. And that just kind of looked like this little guy right here. So I've been wearing this for 4 days now. I didn't want to go into this blind, and I'm just, I'm not into that. I need to have a solid opinion. So I feel like I definitely have that now. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this guy, a few critiques, and also I would say more positive benefits than there are critiques, but we'll get into that right now, I guess. So basically what you do is you will go to Subtle Beauty's website and you will start to build your stack. Each stack costs $14, and you can choose from concealer, lip and cheek, which is a combo. It is a cream product that you can use on your lips and on your cheek. So that's one product. Bronzer, contour. They also have a contour available. Highlighter, and touch-up powder, or shine control powder, which is what it is actually called. The only thing I did not get was the contour option. There's basically a cool tone bronzer available in the warm tone, and I chose the warm tone just because, I just keep it simple. So I have 5 stacks here, and my total came out to $66. Every stack is $14 except for the shine control powder. It's $12. I'm going to be honest. I thought when I was ordering this initially that it was going to be a little bit bigger. I'm not going to lie. When I got this in, I think the packaging it comes in doesn't help as well. It comes in a pretty large box, and it's very cute. They put your name on it. It says especially made for Shelby, and this is, in comparison, this is the size. So when I was ordering this online, I kind of thought it was gonna be maybe a little bit smaller than a traditional like powder compact, so maybe a little bit smaller than the top of this box, but it's not. It is very, very, very portable. I mean, this is very small, fits in the palm of my hand, and they state that on their website. I just, high expectations. The concealer says it has 3.5 grams. I compared that to my MAC Studio Finish concealer, which is also a pot concealer, and it comes with 7 grams for $23. So I feel like the price point on this is just okay. I think a lot of people are going to look at this and they're going to be like, I could get this for $14 or that with more product in it. I think a lot of people who aren't really looking for something that is on the go and is easy to touch up with are probably just going to bypass this. So price point wise, I think it's not a complete rip off, but it's also, I think it could be just a little bit cheaper. Just a little bit. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's break down this product. When you open the bottom part, you actually get a little mini puff in here, which is adorbs and cute. I know a lot of people are back into the puffs, whereas 2 years ago, people were like, what the hell, get that away from me, it ain't working. But I think Korean beauty and cushion products have really come back into play, and so a lot of people are utilizing the puff. Very cute, would be good for touching up the concealer on the under eye area. That's really the only way I could see myself using it personally, but you do get a little puff in here. Let's talk about the concealer. I ordered the shade Light. There is no other way to describe this formula other than comparing it to Glossier Stretch Concealer. Glossier Stretch Concealer, very emollient, very creamy, very dewy finish, and light coverage concealer. That is this right here. I mean, if I were doing like a blind test, I would think that this is probably Glossier Stretch. So if you're familiar with that formula, you like that formula, then you'll probably like this. However, if you are someone who needs more coverage, someone that is looking for something that is really going to cover maybe like a very big blemish that you might have one day or any type of discoloration, this is simply just going to give you a smoother overall finished look. It's not necessarily going to cover a ton. I think it's just meant to even out the skin tone, which is what they actually state in the card that they sent, that is just kind of meant to blur out a few imperfections. Now, I do want to make one thing very clear. In order to have a product that you can continuously touch up with throughout the day, and in order to have a product that is going to maintain that fresh kind of look, you cannot have high coverage. You cannot have something that is heavier in texture and that has a lot of pigment in it, because if you continue to apply that throughout the day, it ain't gonna look good, sis. So yeah, in order to have something that's just gonna maintain its freshness and kind of just look healthy and youthful throughout the day, you kind of have to have a sheer formula like this. Now, I've worn this as foundation all over and also just as a basic concealer. I think I wore it yesterday I wore it as foundation on my face. I went out to a picnic and it was smoldering hot. And I think it looked fine I stayed for about 2.5 hours, left. It didn't look, it wasn't kind of like falling off the skin or melting off the skin. It wasn't crepey. It kind of just looked like a nice, like light coverage finished product. So really no complaints with this concealer. Glossier Stretch is the name of the game with it, in my opinion. And if you like that, then you'll probably like it. I do have one quick critique this is just for the brand in general. There are only 5 shades available in the concealer. It is 2019. I think if you are a makeup brand or if you are developing complexion products, you cannot just have 5 shades. You cannot fit an entire spectrum of skin tones into 5 shades. So I understand this is probably more of a startup company. They aren't as well known and they're probably testing the waters. But if you are watching, it is time to expand. You need to, the colors basically go from tan to dark. That entire gap in between, you're missing a large spectrum of skin tones. So yeah, just a quick critique. I hope that in the future, if they do continue on with complexion products, that there is an expansion, because 5 doesn't cut it. Lip and cheek. So I chose the shade Dusty Rose. You can pick from 3 shades. There is pretty much like a true pink, Dusty Rose, and then there's a shade called Mauve, which in my opinion is just kind of like a mix of this one and the pink. I just chose this one because, I mean, look at it. It's very me. It's very just neutral, kind of brown. With my skin tone being more on the fair to light side, I feel like shades like this just kind of enhance my skin tone and give it a little bit more color than a traditional pink. So, I actually really like this formula. I'll just get straight to the point. This is not something that is long lasting on my lips, but I can easily take it. I don't even need a mirror, and I can just rub it on my lips, and I have kind of just like that fresh kind of rosebud color, very comfortable, not drying. And again, it's something that can be layered throughout the day, and it's not going to look crepey. It's not going to look bad. I love the color on my cheeks. I have it on my cheeks. And again, if you feel like you need a little bit of a touch up on your cheeks, just take the excess from applying to your lips and you can pat it on your cheek. So this is kind of where another little critique I have comes in. There's no mirror in this little stack. So applying something like a blush, I mean, even the concealer, honestly, you would have to have, your own mirror. You would have to be in a bathroom. I think popping a mirror on the top This is the top portion. There's absolutely nothing on it. I think throwing a little mirror on there would help a lot of people out. But again, just trying to think of, the person who's on the go, travel friendly things. A little mirror in here would definitely help. But overall, this lip and cheek formula, I think the color is gorgeous. I have no complaints with it. Very easy to apply, and on the cheeks, I think it lasts pretty well throughout the day. I wouldn't say so much on the lips, but again, very easy to reapply and very comfortable. The rest of the products from this point on are powder. So really the only cream products are your concealer and your lip and cheek. Everything else is an actual powder. So let's talk about the Shine Control powder. It is your standard, just translucent powder. I wasn't very excited about this. I actually just considered not even putting it in my stack, but I thought, let's just give it a shot. And I'm actually glad that I did. I like this powder. I mean, it's probably the cheapest powder on the market, but you guys know I'm pretty particular about powders, and this one, especially with such bright, this is kind of just like a white translucent powder. I can often find that they do that overcast on the skin, where they give you like that ghostly appearance. This doesn't, and this actually sets really nicely on the skin. I can reapply it and layer it throughout the day. Again, that kind of layering formula comes back into play, and I think it does a really good job. It's also not so mattifying that it makes you look, again, crepey. It doesn't enhance areas that where you would have fine lines. So overall, I think this is a really good, just lightweight, multi-purpose formula. I'm really glad that I added it to the stack because I've been using it and I have absolutely no complaints with it. Sits very well on the skin. Gives you a little bit of shine control, especially if you are oily throughout the day and you just need something to kind of absorb. But it's good. So next two products to finish this up are just okay to me. I do think that they are pretty key candidates if you are wanting to use this as a full face type of product. If you are someone who really wants to cut down and just kind of on your travel especially, have products that you can use for pretty much everything, I think that these will be essential to add to the stack, but it's the highlighter and the bronzer. So the highlighter, I think, is a very basic formula. I don't really think it does much for my face or my skin. I'm not really crazy about it. However, I do like using it as an eyeshadow. I think it's very pretty on the eyes, and again, that's where I think that this could come into play as a multi-purpose product. You can use it on your face and also on your eyes. It's kind of just like that standard universal champagne color. The bronzer, again, I chose the warm shade. They also have a cool tone shade if you are a bit more fair than me or you find that things oxidize easily. That one might be the one to go with. Again, just okay, not blown away by it. I actually just have been using it more so on my eyes. So I'll just take a little bit of the bronzer, sweep that into my crease, and then take the highlighter shade and apply that over my mobile lid. And that's kind of like my eye color, which I think is what a lot of people do for their daily makeup. So that's why I said, if you are planning on checking this out and making a stack, I do think that for travel purposes and cutting down on products, just go ahead and adding that highlighter and bronzer to the stack will give you not only a complete eyeshadow look, but you can also, you're going to essentially want to use it on your face. I mean, maybe not, I know not everyone wears highlighter every day, but bronzer, just giving you a little bit of color, not going to hurt. Okay, final thoughts on this little guy right here. I think if you are someone who is into light coverage makeup, if you are someone who travels a lot and just likes that fresh, natural type of look, this is something that you will probably enjoy investing in. If you are someone who needs the extra coverage, you don't really find that you touch up with your products throughout the day because maybe you wear longer lasting products or fuller coverage products, this is probably not going to be for you. Again, price point, I would say, is just kind of in the middle. It's not outrageous, but it's not that great for the amount of product that you are getting. So a lot of you all I know are going to look at this and you're going to be like, that's probably going to be a waste for me. On the other side, a lot of you all who like the natural look and you are into kind of touching up throughout the day and finding ways to really multitask with products, this might be worth it for you. I definitely plan to put mine to the test as far as travel goes. Will and I are going to Durham, North Carolina for a few days in a couple of weeks, and I'm planning on just bringing this as like my main source of makeup and just packing like a light coverage foundation with some mascara and brow, and that's pretty much it. So I think it'll be nice to just have something super, super small and portable and not have to really worry about anything. But I'm anxious to see if I'll be, just happy with having such a kind of small and limited pack of products. But overall, I think it's a very interesting concept. I would definitely be interested in seeing shade expansion and also just expansion on the products in general. So really cool idea. I think it is fun and interesting, especially for those of you who travel a lot. So that's my review on the Subtle Beauty Makeup Stack. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave them down below. I hope you enjoyed this little different review, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.